Hey guys, it's Becky. I am back with another process video. Today I am going to be using another sketch from Creative Scrappers. I am still on my little journey trying to get all of them used, maybe sometime in 2019 or 2020. Right here you can see in the top right hand side of my screen, that is a sketch I'm going to be using. I am showing you the papers that I will be using, and they are a little bit of a mix. We got some Chamel, some crepe paper, and some Heidi Swap in there. I think this might have been a citrus twist kit that I used, but I actually don't recall because I did not do this layout yesterday. I did this a couple of weeks ago. The photo I'm going to Scrapbook is a photo of myself that was taken when Jim and I went to Washington, D.C. I have not done the journaling on it, but I have written the lines. Here lately, at first, I was like, well, I want to make sure I do the journaling, right when I did the layout. But here lately, I'm like, I've been writing things that are maybe just a smidge too personal to maybe put on to the YouTubes. So, perhaps I'll just continue to draw the lines and then do the journaling after the photos. Anyways, on that sketch you can see it's kind of like a grid, and the squares are cut into half. So here I'm going ahead and cutting some squares, and then I'm cutting them in half. I do use that Chamel paper, like I said, in the crepe paper, and then the Heidi Swap paper. I really like that Heidi Swap paper, but you saw how I had to trim it down and then cut it because it had a little bit of pink distressing along the edges, and I did not want to introduce that into this layout. So I went ahead and trimmed off a little bit and then just got the basic of the paper without that distressing on it. Here how I have those squares laid out, it looks like a pinwheel, but that's not how it's going to stay. I'm going to swap those around, and the Chamel paper is going to look more like a chevron pointing downwards. Like that. I am going to go ahead and pull out a piece of white cardstock and just put that base of this layout with the those squares onto the white piece of cardstock, and I am going to stitch around all of the triangles that make up that base piece. I feel like I've been sewing a lot more on my layouts here lately. I've been trying to rearrange my room a little bit, and now my sewing machine, it sits on the floor, but it's plugged in all the time, and it sits right at my feet, so it's easier to reach and put up there and sew, so I feel like I'm using it a little bit more. I also took one of the tops of one of my cabinets and cleared it off, and I've made that my big shot station, my die cutting station. I don't know how it's going to work. As per usual, when you go and try and rearrange stuff, it's more of a disaster than it was before you started, until the end of the process, right? So I just started this a couple days ago. My room is like, I haven't made anything in at least a week or two because this place is not fabulous right now. Here I'm committing to where those squares are, and then like I said, I'm going to go ahead and stitch around those. I am going to cut that white cardstock out. It's going to be about 1/4 of an inch along each side of that. This video is going to go up, oh shoot, I did not even write it down, June 9th. Now I'm writing it down. Oh, looky there, this is my 375th process video. Okay, well anyways, so by that time, it's in the future, but for me, BJ has been home for a couple of days. BJ and Marissa came back. Woohoo! So it's really exciting. Now, I did only see him one time, but I think he's going to be coming over today just to move a few things for me. But when they came back, they had brought me this stuffed teddy bear, and when you push its tummy, you can hear Riley's heartbeat. What? The recording of her heartbeat is in this bear's tummy. It is so cute. And then Marissa had also picked, they were in Arizona, so she also had picked up some sand paintings for me. Oh, I love them. They are so pretty. But not only that, but they have the story on the back of it, and it's for healing. So that was really nice. Right now they're still sitting on the table, but I am going to find a place to put those up. I was thinking about it and it was like, do I want them in my room, like when I sleep for the healing properties? Or do I want them in the kitchen for when I'm cooking the food, or Jim is cooking the food most likely, for the healing properties over the food? If you believe in that kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not judging. Any little thing is helpful, right? Anyway, they're back, and I was so excited to see him. I did not cry, and I was excited to see Marissa too, and I did not cry. And you should see her tummy. It is so cute. Jim was like, you're going to be one of those grandmas that show everybody the pictures of the baby. And I'm like, you know what? If I could take Marissa out and show everybody her bump right now, I would do that. But I can't, because Marissa probably would throat punch me. Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to be that kind of grandma. I don't care. Look how this baby is so cute. Yep. All right, guys, I didn't tell you how I decorated, but I did fussy cut some more of those circles out of that Chamel paper, and I layer them under the top and the bottom. At the bottom photo, I did put a frame under there. It had some words on it, and I wanted to cover it up, so I used those circles that I fussy cut out to cover those up. I did put a Heidi Swap flower and also a pair of sunglasses down there, popped up on some foam tape. At the top of the photo, I put remember and used a couple more of those fussy cut circles because I like fussy cut things. The title right there is in the center, and it says awesome. It is from an old Amy Tan chipboard pack that I had gotten from Tuesday morning. And then up at the top left again is more fussy cut circles, and then one of the Heidi Swaps, and it is a pineapple. I did pull out some of those enamel dots. I showed them to you. I think they were My Mind's Eye, and I did scatter those around the page, as well as giving a little sprinkle of the Heidi Swap color Shine and Gold. After I do that, I don't do anything else to this layout. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.